Breaking news. Tensions are boiling over on two major fronts. In Belfast, violent protests have intensified following a knife attack that led to a 30-year-old man being charged with attempted murder, with cars and buildings set ablaze as unrest spread across the city. At the same time, a jury has reportedly sentenced Karmelo to 35 years behind bars, bringing a high-profile case to a dramatic conclusion. As emotions run high and communities react to these developments, many are asking what happens next and whether these events will have lasting consequences. Do you think justice was served in the Anthony case? And what can be done to prevent the violence and unrest seen in Belfast from escalating further? Let's go to the news.
Activity and some of the fires in the last half an hour or so have been breaking out on the side streets off what is this main road in the east of the city. That fire engine you can see turning into where the smoke is still rising. That was really billowing around 5 or 10 minutes ago. So look, it's a tense situation. Earlier on this evening, and I'm talking around about sort of 5:30, 6 o'clock, it was an eerie feeling right across Belfast. After the rush hour at around 6 o'clock, the streets emptied. The taxi that took me from the airport this afternoon said that the city is in a boiling point, were his words, and said that he'll be stopping work at around 6 o'clock. And indeed, many of the shops down here on the road have got posters on saying that they will be closing at 5 and not opening because of the situation. There has been a call for calm from the politicians here in Northern Ireland, from the politicians elsewhere in the UK, and of course from the police. That hasn't been heeded so far tonight. The hope is that these crowds don't grow any further. You can see down towards the end, if we can push in a little bit, there is a crowd developing there. Now that crowd, you can see people, mainly people dressed in black. We've seen lots of people wearing balaclavas, hiding their faces. That area down there, just by the church spire, is just about where that bus was set on fire. We were just walking down there a few moments ago. Completely charred remains of that bus there, and the wheelie bins still alight. So it appears this is, you know, we could call it the epicenter, but as I say, it is pockets of violence, and you can see the officers here tonight preparing potentially for more unrest.
We began the evening in the same location that you have just been witnessing Dan at, where that bus was set on fire, where tensions erupted a number of hours ago. And we subsequently have been on a journey visiting various communities here in Northern Ireland to get a sense of the anger, to get a sense of the scene, and there is simmering tension here. The streets have been empty. The motorways at one point were closed off as masked protesters entered various parts of the road network. There is a smell of smoke wherever you travel here in Belfast this evening, and the reason we're standing here is because just around the corner a building has been set on fire, and at the foot of that building is an Arabic shop. The residents of the flats just above, that you can see just out of shot there, they have been evacuated as part of this process. Riot police have been deployed again to pockets of issues across the city here as well, and we've been having conversations with many locals, some of whom do not welcome the presence of the media here, but some have been more than happy to talk to us off camera. One man telling us in the last 10 minutes or so, unconfirmed it has to be said, that in one community local people are stopping cars and checking nationalities of people. What happens next is unclear, but that's certainly some of the reports that we are hearing. We talk about the ghost town element of this. Well, we're slap bang in the centre of town here, and look, businesses, restaurants that would normally be full and open at this time of the night, well, they are completely closed. There are cordons in place where the emergency service activity is continuing to assess what is happening here. Now, the police have been keen to stress that it is their job to conduct this investigation.
Hello, Anthony. We're going to be back with Brooke Taylor, who's live outside the courthouse. What do we have?
Hi, Jesse. Some pretty breaking news to give you right now. The jury has sentenced Karmelo Anthony to 35 years behind bars after finding him guilty of murder. I'm told that he is eligible for parole after he serves half his time. The jury had the option to give him as much as 99 years behind bars. But again, they have chosen to give him 35 years. And I do want to mention, we showed you those protests, a bunch of supporters out here. They've erupted again. Pretty shocking. This is a direct quote. I just heard one supporter say, quote, those twins, meaning the victim and his twin brother who were there at the time, are, quote, domestic racist terrorists. So pretty unbelievable, Jesse.
All right, well, only 17 years and he's available for parole. Kind of seems soft. I would have given him the chair, but that's just me, Brooke. Thank you so much.